And now we're getting some more inputs on the story. A day after the parliamentary breach, what all will change in the parliament? We'll quickly tell you what are the changes that the parliament will witness as far as the security is concerned. The visitors gallery will now be covered in glass to prevent people from jumping into the chamber, which exactly happened yesterday. Body scanners could also be installed to ensure that that objects hidden can be detected, as the protesters yesterday were hiding the canisters in their shoes. So body scanners could be installed at the parliament, and also the visitor entry has been stopped for the time being after what happened yesterday. These are the changes that have been made as far as the security at the Parliament building is concerned. For more details, we're now being joined by Arunima, who will tell us what other measures have been taken at the Parliament. Arunima, over to you.
You've already detailed, how life is going to change for MPs and the staff members who will go to Parliament today. 24 hours after the security breach happened, there are already a clampdown on visitor pass. That was done yesterday itself. In the second half, after 0 hour, no visitors were allowed in. A lot of school students were disappointed. They were sent back. So this will continue for the next few days. Perhaps in this session, you will not see visitors come back. And the reason for that is that a decision has been taken that the entire visitor gallery section will be encased in glass, so that the repeat of somebody jumping down into the Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha chamber is not repeated. Secondly, metal detectors failed to detect the spray or the canister that was being carried by Manoranjan and Saurabh. The reason that is being given is perhaps the spray bottles which they were carrying was not made of metal. And since it was hidden in their shoes, even a pat down could not detect the presence of this foreign object. So now what is being suggested is that you keep a body scanner just the way you see it in the airport, so that even after pat down and metal detector and crispy, there's one more layer of security to ensure that what happened is not repeated. There are other restrictions on media and staff members. There are restrictions on the personal assistant and personal staff members who assist the MPs also, where all they can move around, which gates they can take. Comprehensive security review has been ordered by MHA, but these are initial steps that have already been taken. And in the Lok Sabha today at around 11 o'clock, when the House resumes, you can expect MPs and LOPs to stand up and ask Speaker Om Birla about more on this issue.
Also, Arunima, the probe is on in this case. What are the latest details as far as the probe is concerned?
As far as the probe is concerned, we now know that the total number of suspects who are in custody has gone up. Yesterday, 4 people were arrested, 4 who had breached the Parliament security. Now, 2 people who were harboring them at their Gurgaon residence, Vishal and Brinda, they have been taken into custody as well. After initial interrogation, what has come to the fore is that this group of 4 who were arrested initially, they were being harbored at Vishal and Brinda's Gurgaon house, and they were repeatedly meeting there. So that's why they have been taken into custody. One person who was live streaming Neelam and Amol's act at Transport Bhavan entry gate of Parliament. His name is Lalit Jha. He's believed to be from Kolkata. He's absconding. So the hunt is on for him. Total 7 accused, 1 missing, 5 or 6 in custody.
Right, Arunima, please stay with us. So these are the latest details that are coming in as far as the Parliament security breach is concerned. Our reporters are on the ground getting us all the latest updates as far as the probe is concerned. But we'll quickly walk you through more details on what exactly happened in the Parliament yesterday. Remember, there was a security breach. Now let's take you through the sequence of events that happened yesterday since 1 p.m. And CNN News 18 was the first to show you these visuals yesterday at 1 p.m. on how the first intruder, as you can see, jumped from the visitors gallery to the well, and he was jumping desks, as you can see in these visuals, and the MPs were trying to get hold of him. So these are the visuals that came yesterday. And after the two intruders created chaos in the Lok Sabha, the MPs caught hold of them and thrashed them as hard as they could, and they thrashed the intruder who was jumping from desk to desk. And after that, color bomb was also blown outside the parliament. So inside the parliament also there were 2 intruders that used the color bombs. But if we talk about outside the parliament, the situation was the same. There were other 2 protesters who were protesting, and they also were using color bombs. So these are the visuals from inside the parliament yesterday when the MPs thrashed the 2 intruders. They caught hold of one of the intruders, in fact both the intruders, and they thrashed him inside the Lok Sabha. These are the visuals, as you can see in the visuals, the MPs who were present in the Lok Sabha yesterday thrashing the intruders who jumped from the visitors gallery into the Lok Sabha. So, and these were the visuals that came from outside the parliament, where there were other 2 protesters who were protesting outside the parliament, and they also used the color bombs, which were also used inside the parliament. And in fact, what we are learning that they concealed the smoke bombs inside their shoes. So this is the visual. This is how they concealed the bomb inside their shoe, and that is how they were able to take it inside the parliament premises. In fact, after all of this occurred in the parliament, what we also learned that visitor pass was recovered from the intruders. This was the visitor pass that was recovered from the intruders, and in fact it had the name of BJP MP Pratap Simha. So the pass was issued by Pratap Simha's office. So this is the visitor pass that was recovered from one of the intruder whose name is Manoranjan. This was the pass that was recovered from him.